Hello dear learners, today we are going to talk about the MCQs from hospital and clinical pharmacy. We are on the chapter bioavailability of the drugs. From clinical pharmacy, we are going to talk about the bioavailability part 1. In bioavailability part 1, we are going to cover few of the MCQs from the chapter, and again there are few more parts from the same chapter. So to talk about the general introduction in the bioavailability, we are going to start with the MCQs. Before that, I would request you to go through some previous HCP common videos also. And the question first, it says the different bioavailability definitions are given by dash. The bioavailability definitions are given by whether National Formulary in 1970, FDA, US FDA in 1973, CAPS is like it is a committee of Academy of Pharmaceutical Sciences in 1972, or all of them. Which one of these given is the correct answer for different definitions of the bioavailability which are given by different authorities? You can put your answer in the comment box fast. Till that, we will go for the explanation. And if like for the shortage of the time, if you could think of to putting the answer in the comment box, then you should put it like this way: the question 1 option A, question 1 option C, whatever is your answer, just put the question number and put the option there. Okay, so the different bioavailability definitions are given by National Formulary. First, yes, National Formulary also gives the definition of bioavailability, that it defines bioavailability as the extent to which the active drug product is taken up by the body in the form which is physiologically active, is the definition given by National Formulary. Then US FDA in 1973 defined bioavailability as, in very simple terms, that is the degree to which the drug is absorbed from the drug product into the body or the site of action. मतलब जहाँ पे उसका एक्शन होना चाहिए वहाँ पे जब ड्रग का एब्जॉर्प्शन होता है, जिस डिग्री तक होता है, उसको बायो अवेलेबिलिटी बोलते हैं. Again, the third one, that is CAPS, that is Academy of Pharmaceutical Sciences, a committee from that defines the bioavailability as a term which is used to indicate a measurement of both relative amount of an administered drug that reaches the general circulation and the rate at which this occurs. So both these things can be measured by or considered into bioavailability. So all these three kinds of definitions which we have seen now. So the correct answer, if you could say, from this explanation is D, that is all of them. Different bioavailability definitions are given by all these different agencies. Next question is movement of solute from the site of administration into the circulation. मतलब सल्यूट का मूवमेंट जहाँ पे एडमिनिस्टर किया है वहाँ से सर्कुलेशन तक जाने के लिए इसको क्या बोलते हैं? वेदर इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज एब्जॉर्प्शन, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, मेटाबॉलिज्म और ऑल ऑफ देम. विच अमॉन्ग्स द गिवन इज़ करेक्ट? साइट ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पे गया मतलब जहाँ से वो दिया. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर ओरल रूट से कोई टैबलेट ले रहा है और वो सर्कुलेशन में जा रहा है तो इट इज़ व्हाट? विच अमॉन्ग्स द गिवन फेनोमेनॉन? You can put your answer in the comment box fast, and for every question you are going to repeat the same till the end of the video. Now the correct answer is, it is absorption of drug. See here, the drug product from which the active is absorbed into the plasma, wherein it will reach to the site of action and few of it will get metabolized and eliminated. This is the drug which is at the site of administration and then it reaches to the bloodstream or circulation. This process is absorption. So the correct answer is it is absorption, site of administration into circulation. So you can check here, site of administration to the circulation. So this is absorption. Next question is, movement of solute from the blood to the tissue is called. Now from the blood, when the solute will reach or the drug active will reach to the tissues, that means the site of action, the phenomenon is whether it is absorption, whether distribution, metabolism, or all of them. Which amongst the given is the correct answer? If you will see again, after the absorption, once the solute or the medicament is there in the bloodstream, from the bloodstream it will reach to the site of action. For example, if you are taking any painkiller by oral route, then from there the tablet or any whatever will be the dosage form will first get absorbed, and then after the absorption, once it is there in the blood, it will get distributed from that site to the actual site where the pain is there. So this is distribution. So the correct answer is it is distribution. From blood, when it goes to the site of action or the required tissue, it is distribution. Next question is, which pharmaceutical factor affects on bioavailability? Whether the dosage form, dissolution rate, manufacturing variables, or all of them. Which amongst the given is correct for the pharmaceutical factor affecting the bioavailability? The correct answer, if you will say, we will talk about the factors. Okay, like if you will see, this is the dosage form. Okay, this is a tablet dosage form, which is solid dosage form, which is tablet. Now the tablet, from that the drug will first get broken down into the smaller particles. Okay, then from that it will go into the solution form, and then it reaches to the body through the absorption. Okay, disintegration, dissolution, absorption. So the correct answer is it is all of them. डोसेज फॉर्म पे डिपेंड करता है, कौन सा डोसेज फॉर्म है. If it is liquid, it will get quickly absorbed compared to the solid, and so on. Then dissolution rate उसका, फिर manufacturing variables, क्या कैसे manufacturing process parameters and all is there, and last is all of them. Okay, next question is, the rate and the extent to which the drug reaches into the systemic circulation is dash. The sentence is, the rate and extent to which the drug reaches the systemic circulation. Whether it is bioavailability, whether it is bioequivalence, whether it is formalence or individualization, which amongst the given is correct for the rate and extent of absorption? Okay, the correct answer, if you will talk about, see here, this thing, if you will see, rate and extent to which the drug reaches into the systemic circulation. Once the drug is administered, say for here they have shown the oral route, then this drug will reach to the circulation slowly and then complete thing. Okay, absorption. So whether the process is bioavailability, equivalence, formalence or individualization, which one of these is the correct terminology for the rate and extent to which the drug reaches the systemic circulation? The correct answer is it is bioavailability, available to the tissues. Okay, so it is bioavailability. Next question is, the bioavailability of the drug from the dosage form as compared to the reference standard is called dash. Whether the bioavailability of the drug from the dosage form compared to the reference standard is called relative bioavailability, similar bioavailability, relative bioequivalence or absolute bioavailability. That means when the test and the standard is compared, the bioavailability which is there, it is, the correct answer is it is relative bioavailability. if you will talk about the concepts, absolute and relative bioavailability. Relative means to relate, so it is for various drug. For example, generic when it is compared with the standard formulation of the same drug in same dosage form. That means two various drugs can be there, okay, wherein in absolute bioavailability the same drug is there but dosage forms are different, various formulation, okay. That means oral route, IV route ka difference, okay. So this is absolute bioavailability. So the correct answer is it is relative bioavailability because it is compared with the reference standard. If you can see here, the generic formulation is compared with the standard formulation. Next question is, if the drug is administered through IV route, then its bioavailability is dash. Whether it is 100%, 80%, 10% or 60%. You can put your answer in the comment box fast. The correct answer is it is 100% bioavailability by the intravenous injection. Okay, 100% bioavailability is there through the IV route. Since it reaches directly, since it goes directly to the blood circulation, it is 100% bioavailability. No absorption, not a single process of what you can say metabolism, no degradation, nothing doing. Directly the effect. So it is 100%. Next question is, when the bioavailability of drug from different formulation is same, it is called as bioequivalence, bioavailability, relative bioavailability or bioformability. Which amongst the given is the correct for the given question? That means जब दो अलग अलग फॉर्मुलेशंस का बायो अवेलेबिलिटी सेम होता है तो ये कंडीशन क्या होता है? You can put your answer in the comment box fast. Till that we will go for the explanation. Now in the studies wherein we talked about the relative bioavailability, we studied or we compared the test with the standard. So here the generic is compared with the branded one, and then if the bioavailability is same, then medicines are regulated to be bioequivalent, generic medicines, okay. Then it is bioequivalence, okay. Next question is, which form of the drug more easily absorbs through cell membrane? Whether it is non-ionizable form, ionizable form, lipid insoluble form or bipolar form. Which amongst the given is correct one? Now here you can see the drug absorption process wherein this is the cell membrane they have shown, and the ionized molecule which is water soluble will not pass through the membrane, whereas the non-ionized molecule, that is lipid soluble molecule, will pass through the cell membrane easily. So the correct answer is it is more easily absorbable form of the drug is non-ionizable form. Next question is, dash amongst the given physicochemical properties of the drug affects bioavailability. That means whatever are the properties given, the physicochemical property which is affecting the bioavailability is what? Whether it is the physical state of drug, whether it is the rate of disintegration and dissolution, whether it is the GI structure or all of them. Which amongst the given is correct? You can put your answer fast in the comment section. Then we will go for the explanation. Now, if you will talk about the physicochemical properties, they include like solubility, melting point, okay, then its stability, compatibility, powder characteristics, powder properties, okay. So the correct answer is it is the physical state of the drug. The physicochemical property, not a rate of disintegration or dissolution is the physicochemical property of the drug, not even GIT structure is the physicochemical property of the drug. Only physicochemical property over here is the physical state of drug. So the correct answer is it is a physical state of drug. Next question is, Which of the following factor affects the bioavailability? Whether the concentration of drug affects the bioavailability, state of ionization affects the bioavailability, GI motility affects the bioavailability, or all of these. Which amongst the given is the correct for the factors which are affecting the bioavailability? So if you will talk about the factors which are affecting bioavailability, and the first factor you will talk about the concentration of the drug, then here see these are the there are various factors actually. Pharmacological factors are there, drug related factors are there, okay, then patient related factors are there. So depending on these, the correct answer is it is all of these, because concentration of drug, yes, definitely it will affect the bioavailability. More the concentration, more will be the bioavailability. For example, you can consider the intravenous injection. Then state of ionization, yes, very correct, non-ionizable drugs are more easily absorbed, okay. Then GI motility, yes, definitely GI motility is also one of the consideration in case of orally administered drug, okay. So this, all these are the correct answer, which are the factors affecting bioavailability. Next question is, bioavailability of the drug after IV administration is dash. Whether it is relative bioavailability, whether it is absolute bioavailability, whether it is rendered bioavailability, or all of them. Which amongst the given is the correct one? Bioavailability of the drug after administration is nothing but it is absolute bioavailability. Here it is compared with the intravenous administration. So the correct answer is it is absolute bioavailability, wherein the AUC of administered drug in the test dosage form and the AUC after the intravenous dosage form is compared. So it is absolute bioavailability. Next question. Bioavailability of the drug from the dosage form as compared to the reference standard is dash. Bioavailability of the test dosage form which we have taken as compared to the reference standard is relative bioavailability, absolute bioavailability, rendered bioavailability, or all of them. When it is compared with the reference standard, what it is? Yes, definitely it is relative bioavailability, because it is related, okay. If you will see here in the explanation, okay, this one, it is relative bioavailability for various drugs, okay. Next question is, so with this we finish with few of the MCQs from bioavailability of the drugs part 1. Stay tuned with us for part 2 from bioavailability of drugs and various other topics from hospital and clinical pharmacy. Thank you.